How you doing? This is Scott White with Personal Power Training. This is Nadine. Nadine, what's your last name?
Economos. It's
Yes,
spelled exactly how it looks.
exactly. She's a personal trainer, a fitness model. We're going to dive into her fitness, her nutrition, and talk probably a little bit about her business. I do consult other trainers and fitness models and other businesses about growing their business. And so we'll kind of just dialogue all that stuff. So Nadine, first kind of give us a little intro about yourself, how you got in the fitness industry, and we'll start from there.
Well, I started my fitness journey I was fit in high school. I played basketball, I played volleyball, I played lots of sports. And then I went to college and I gained all this weight, stopped exercising,
Well,
stopped
hold on. Like,
doing,
how much weight did you gain?
well, according to the scale, I gained 25 pounds.
So according to somebody else, is it not 25 pounds?
Well, okay. The reason I say that is because after my transformation, I only weighed 5 pounds less. So,
Okay,
but I looked completely different.
gotcha.
But
But
that's, yeah,
obviously transforming, you lost body fat, you gained muscle,
yeah,
so your body looked, much
yeah. So it
different.
wasn't much of a weight loss, but the before and after is like speaks volumes. I put a lot of muscle on, and especially in my legs, so you can totally tell the difference. But what happened was that I got a job as a lifeguard, and I was in college, and I put on a bathing suit, one of those like Baywatch ones, the red ones.
Yeah.
And I went into the mirror. I said, "This mirror makes me look fat." And then I went to another mirror, and then it was worse in the next mirror. And I was like, "Oh my God, it's not the mirror, it's me." And then I have a
Uh-oh.
Latina mom, and she's like, "I told you were getting fat, but you don't listen to me." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Gotta love mom.
Oh, the Latina moms are ruthless. Not much has changed now that she's 80, but that's a different story. So I had like a mental breakdown, and I hired a personal trainer, Trisha Travis. I think you know her. She was
Yeah.
my first personal trainer, and I, for whatever reason, she was the person I needed to get me back on track to where I was in high school. And after I trained with her for a year, I just kept going, and then I eventually started competing, and then I just started training people on the side, and then I ended up deciding to quit my corporate job and become a trainer and start my own business.
Very
And
cool. So
sincerely,
let's
oh,
backtrack a little bit. What
okay.
initially got you motivated? Was it just the way you felt and you saw yourself and you're like, I can't do it anymore. I'm fed up with, I'm sick and tired of how I look. I'm going to take action. And that's when you're
Yeah,
like, found the trainer. And at that
yeah.
point, what was that experience like when you first started working with a trainer as opposed to?
Well, I think it's really important to note that the trigger was like the realization of how much weight I had gained and how out of shape I was, and that made me feel a certain type of way. And something was like, you have to fix this. You have to. It was like something clicked. Before I had tried, but like it was something about that experience that was like very like, it just motivated me to do something. Right time, right place. I don't know. So I hired Trish, and she's the one who gave me the guidance to. She really was my catalyst, a personal trainer. And so if I can, I figure if someone did that for me, I would like to be that catalyst for someone else.
And now you're saying that probably because it inspired you so much to transform your body and you probably got so much from it. Like what other
Yeah.
things did you get besides a nice body from, training?
Oh my God, the amount of energy I have, like I can annoy you for hours. Like it's relentless. If I didn't exercise, I wouldn't
I
be
don't
able
know
to
if
do
that's a
that.
pro.
Yes, it's definitely it's annoying, like in a haha, we're having fun sort of way, not like please stop calling me. It's a difference. I feel confident. I feel happy. Just for the mental health aspect alone is worth it, really. I always tell my clients if they're having a bad day, I don't feel like it. I'm like, no, definitely come in. Even if it's like half an hour, you have to come in and, get
Totally.
those
The stress
endorphins.
relief and all that is
Yeah.
far greater. And like you said, I agree. The mental benefits you get from exercise and moving your body and eating well far outweighs anything you can ever do from a physical standpoint. Because like at the end of the day, right, our physical bodies are going to deteriorate as we age.
Oh
But I
my,
think it's the
but
fight
yeah.
that we continue to work and maintain them the best that we can.
I do want to say one thing though. You said something that made me remember. I remember like thinking at one point, like when I first started internally, like if I had to pick an animal, I would pick like kind of like a chicken, crossing the road, like not really sure. And then like after like I got, into the shape into the physique that I wanted and all the mental health benefits, I felt like a lion. Like like internally, I would feel like that's like how it evolved. Like if you could picture those two side by side, that's what happened, and I'll never go back to the chicken.
Good analogy.
Straight lion, girl, straight lion over here.
Okay, so then obviously now you're fast forward, you're a personal trainer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what made you make that shift to be like, screw corporate America, I'm going all in?
Let me back it up even before corporate America. I started my career out of college as a teacher, and I taught swim lessons first, and I loved teaching. I loved teaching the kids. And so I just decided, okay, I'm going to save the world and become a teacher. Well, I did that for 5 years and I did not like it. It wasn't a good fit for me. Not the teaching part, but everything else that came with it, the politics, the districts, the parenting. Then I worked with senior citizens and I was in sales. So I sold medical equipment and I was really good at that, but the company went out of business. So then I took a corporate job at Avon to be a district sales manager to help people create their own businesses. So I hated that job because it was a corporate job, and I'm not a big fan of MLMs just because it's just not a good fit for me.
Yeah.
But the combination of like the teaching, the sales, and learning how to grow your own business, it was like I quit during a staff meeting. I was at a staff meeting and I'm like, I can't do this. I want to be happy. I want to be happy. This is not making me happy. And I'm like, what can I do? What can I do? This is during the staff meeting, right before I'm about to present. Right before I'm supposed to present my like big like speech or whatever. And so I was like, I'm going to just become a personal trainer. I'm going to get my certification. I'm going to start my business. I can do it. And I went and quit like right then and there. And that was how it all started.
That takes a lot of courage.
I think it does, but like it felt right. So it wasn't that scary,
Yeah,
being happy was like, I was like, I can't, it's like a product.
Quality of life is far greater than,
Oh yeah, than a paycheck or like a company car or like travel or a bonus. Like, yeah, definitely. That's why I went into teaching in the first place, because I thought it would be gratifying, but
So then curious, obviously, we're in this is during COVID.
Oh yeah.
So you have a business, a personal training business. How are you managing that during this time period?
Well, multiple factors. I have a business partner, a business coach, aka Scott White, and amazing clientele. So I've, between you and Nate and my clients, I've come up with a few different options. I have Zoom online training, which has been very effective. I was very hesitant because I'm like, I don't want to online train. I want to see someone face to face. But in actuality, it's so much fun, and it's the same type of group dynamic, and we can all still talk and make fun of each other and torture each other. And then also, before it got super hot, I had the park option available. So I had park or Zoom workout, and between those two, I was able to maintain a pretty decent following. Some clients weren't able to return because they did lose their jobs, and that's difficult. And I have invited them to do Zoom classes for free during this time because I understand how it is. But, not everyone is interested in online training. Yeah, but I'll fix that. So.
That's great. That's great. And then obviously you've competed in fitness shows. What was that like? What was it like from a nutritionist standpoint or a commitment standpoint?
Well, I do like to challenge myself. I like to push myself and like set a goal and then like crush it. So for me, fitness competitions were at that time were a way to get myself in the best shape, because for me, unless I have like a certain goal, I'm still gonna be in shape, but I might not like put down the chips or the cookies, because I really like to enjoy life. But so I did compete, and it was very the nutrition part was very difficult. Like, I'm a disciplined person, and so I meal prepped. I followed my macros to the T from my coaches. It's just mentally, it's difficult was difficult for me to maintain that type of competing, seeing myself at like what 5%, 10% body fat, and then going back into the normal life, which is like what 12% body fat, and thinking that you're fat, like it was too much for me. So I kind of stopped it there for the mental health aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a great experience, so I'm glad I did it.
That's cool. That's great.
Thank you.
So obviously, what's your nutrition like now? So you are just a normal, good weight that you can appreciate yourself, how you look, and not a ripped.
Well, so during COVID, there's definitely, during quarantine, I haven't really abided strictly by these guidelines that I normally go by. But since we reopened up, I've started to I have like a protein at every meal. I have complex carbs twice a meal. And then on Saturdays and Sundays, I have my little chips and all my little cookies. So I have like on the weekends, I allow myself a little freedom to like have some fun. And then I just bring it back in and on the following week. And that's really worked well for me. And for me personally, I like to stay between 18 and 19% body fat, because I still feel sexy and have some, lean muscle, but I'm not like ripped. So that's what I like to go by.
And is that the same recommendations you would give your clients as well?
No, I go based on what my clients' lifestyle is like, their work availability, their hours, or what time they eat, if they're allergic to certain foods. Every individual is case by case. Not everybody wants to be sexy at 18%.
Yeah, no,
Some
totally.
people just want to lose 10 pounds.
They're very goal specific, right?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Their goals versus like, hey, if you still want your beer and your chips and your ice cream, we can make it work. But at the same time, like, you got to limit some of this stuff.
Right. And the diet is the hardest part. Like, if you come into the gym with me, between you and Nate and my expertise, like, you're going to get a good workout. We're going to come up with a plan specifically for you, whether you have hip issues, knee issues, back issues. The hard part is making sure you keep it together in the kitchen. What you put in your mouth is so important. And everyone knows this, but I'm just going to say it again. It's like, I can only help you so much if you're not willing to, eat the right things. Your progress will be slow.
Yeah, no, I'm always a big believer. Like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't drink, right? Like, at the end of the day, it's their choice. It's their life.
Yeah.
You are essentially a catalyst to help them on their journey.
Right. And so that's why I need that energy to annoy the crap out of them, so they listen to me. It's really important.
Is that what makes you so effective?
I actually think why I'm effective is because obviously it's my business and I need to make money, right, to survive. But I actually care about my clients. I check in with them. I want to know what they're doing. I want to know why they have canceled 3 times in a row. Like, I mean, you don't have to tell them if you don't want to, but that's what I'm saying. Like, a little annoying. Like, hey, remember you paid for your training.
I agree. I used to always tell trainers that I had to harass their clients as much as possible. But I meant in a funny, joking way, because hopefully you genuinely care about the people that you work with and that you want them to get results. And at the same time, if you're not kind of on their case, they're going to fall off the wagon. That's essentially why they hire a trainer. You are a glorified babysitter to make sure they stay on track and are consistent, and obviously a cheerleader to keep them motivated, inspired, and encouraged to gradually pull them closer to a healthier life than not, right?
Yeah. Also, in addition to that, I think it's because the environment is very fun and pleasant. It's non-judgmental. Like, you come in, everyone's like, hey, what's going on? I'll introduce you to everyone. Of course, now when we reopen, it'll be from 6 feet away with the mask on, but whatever. It's a sense of community. It's a place that I want you to look forward to coming to. Like, everyone's going to have to get through that 1 hour together. It's going to be fun. It's going to be effective. And that's basically why I feel like the fitness joint has done so well, is because of that environment. Because you can do squats, you can do lunges, you can do push-ups, you can do all that stuff on your own. But, you have to get that right motivation in that right environment. And I think I provide that.
What do you think one thing you do that's very special or unique with your business and your clientele that others don't?
Damn, you threw me a curveball on that one, huh? I was prepared for all of these, and then you throw me that one. Let's see. Well, that's a very good question. I just really feel like I try to build a genuine connection with all my clients. Um, I, I, I really believe that helps, build the trust, and um, they see me as an expert and not just somebody who's just like, okay, lift heavy weights, like, yeah, let's work that booty. No, like, I want to know what you're doing. I want to know how you're feeling mentally. Tell me what's going on. Talk to me. Like, I want to be able to help you, so I can know more about you, to help you grow what I think will be effective for you, or what I don't think will be effective for you, or all those things help me put together the a plan in place for everyone. And I don't know that all trainers do that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm going to kind of break it down because I'm the business guy and I love the math of it. And so what you do is you provide a very authentic relationship where you you generally care. And what that looks like, I'm assuming, is you text them fairly frequently in a very
Yes.
personal manner. You know them well personally as well as professionally. So you get engaged with them and embedded in their life as a very close friend that cares, at the same time maintains that professional livelihood to continue to push them, engage them, and get them to achieve
Yeah.
goals.
What's interesting is that that's my most favorite part of the job. It's also the most challenging because it requires a lot of energy. Therefore, I got to hit the gym, make sure I'm ready for them.
What if you were like, what type of client do you like the best?
One that does everything that I say. That's my favorite. There's only a couple
boyfriend?
unicorns out there, but they're there. Okay, but my second favorite client is the one that I say favorite because I love everybody equally, but the ones that make me the most excited are the ones who were like me, who saw themselves in the mirror and they were like, oh my God, what did I do? Like, how did I get here? And something clicks in them, because if that click is there, I find it my job to make sure that they keep going with it. Now, not everyone has that click. They know they should lose weight because they're overweight and they feel tired going up the stairs, and carrying bags is difficult. Simple things, day-to-day things. And they think they have to exercise. They know they have to exercise, but the click isn't there. So sometimes people can get the click and sometimes they kind of fizzle out. But my favorite type of person is one that's got that fire. I love it. It like makes me so happy.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to have it to want to transform your life or make any changes in your life, right? You eventually either have to hit what's called a rock bottom, or such a place of pain where you just get up and you're like, that switch clicks on and you're like, I need to do something, i.e. hire a trainer, start going on hikes, all that stuff. So if you were to recommend something for somebody who's in close to that position, that they're frustrated with their life, stuck, and may not be ready financially for a trainer, or may a lot of it's just fear-based, where they're just scared of, like, I'm not ready to work with the trainer, which is obviously, I would always say that's the worst thing. If you ever think you shouldn't work with a trainer right in the beginning, that's the first time you should work with the trainer, is from the beginning. And then later on, if you want to graduate without the trainer, because you've learned the right things to do and the correct movements and what to eat and how to live better and kind of do that. What's that one thing that you would say, just do this to get started?
Okay. To get started, it's going to be a diet approach and an exercise approach. Like right now, the gyms are closed. Well, in theory, the gyms are closed. And probably you're not comfortable going to a gym yet anyway. So I would say start moving, get active. Go on YouTube, do like a 10-minute ab video, go outside, go for a 10, 15-minute brisk walk, something. Do that 2 to 3 times a week. Start moving around. Movement helps. If you're going from stagnant to moving, you're going to have results. I mean, that's just, basics. Now, if you're drinking soda, like 4 sodas a week, drink 2 sodas a week. If you're eating out 3 times a week, eat out 1 time or twice a week. So slowly, little steps that are sustainable and actually practical, and not like, cold turkey, just get in here and do the free session, and here's your diet.
What I'm hearing is you set SMART goals, specific,
Yeah.
measurable, attainable, realistic, and a time. So obviously if you say, I'm going to walk 3 times a week, you can focus on that, as opposed to, hey, I want to lose 20 pounds. But you know, if you just stay consistent with walking 3 times a week or 5 times a week, you're going to stick to that, and if you can achieve that goal. And obviously my big component of what I got into is human behavior. When I was working with clientele back in the day, and even now consulting businesses, is just find something that you can do consistently, because you're going to feel better about achieving that goal. And you're going to start believing in yourself more when you actually achieve a goal. So many people set these goals, never achieve them. And obviously that knocks their confidence down. It knocks them down emotionally. And then they feel like, well, I just can't do it. I'm not good enough. And so if you just find little things that you can achieve, that's going to help you feel like, hey, I've achieved this, I've achieved this, I've achieved this. And then you start building that confidence up. But if you set a big lofty goal and you don't have the confidence to where if you don't hit it, you won't beat yourself up, then you're going to drop yourself down huge again, as opposed to like, hey, I hit this goal, I hit this goal, I hit this goal. Now your confidence level starts to rise, and now you feel more like, you know, like I can handle it if I set even a bigger goal. And if I don't hit it, hey, no big deal, but I'm still progressing.
You said it way better than I said it. I should interview you. But yeah, basically in a nutshell, what you said.
Okay,
Except
so
Nadine version.
then question from a business standpoint, like you obviously, you know, we work together, you're my client. From a consulting standpoint, do you have any questions that you're struggling with right now that you want to go through while we're on the call?
Well, before I answer that question, I just want to say I made it 1 year in business, July 1st. So that's an accomplishment.
Congratulations.
And I couldn't have done that without you or Nate. So thank you for that. And any questions I might have for you about my business? Is that what you said?
Correct.
Honestly, we spoke about the closures like prior to this conversation about the gyms, and we came up with a plan. So right now I currently don't, but anything can change. And I feel really happy knowing that if something changes, you'll call me and be like, Nadine, how are you feeling? What are you thinking? What are your thoughts? And here's my thought. Okay, your thought and my thought, let's do it. And I love that. So currently, no, I don't, but I'm sure I will as soon as we get more rule changes.
All right, and obviously Nadine has a Instagram account. What's the Instagram account, website? Let's give a shout out to Nadine, so you guys can go follow her, check out her photos or her videos or her workouts, or you know, if you're in Scottsdale, South Scottsdale, go in for a workout.
Yes, it's my company, the gym is called The Fitness Joint, and my website's thefitjoint.com. Instagram is The Fitness Joint, and Facebook is also The Fitness Joint for, you know.
YouTube channel?
Oh, the YouTube channel. I always forget YouTube. See, that's one thing that I need to improve on. I have a YouTube channel. I started posting and then I stopped because it's, you know, new for me. So I haven't built that habit yet. But YouTube is also The Fitness Joint.
And yes, I've been harassing Nadine about posting more on her YouTube channel.
Yeah, I almost had to report him, but I decided not to. Just kidding. He's not that bad. He's not. I'm worse.
Well, anything else, Nadine?
Well, I just want to tell you and the viewers of your channel that you're an awesome business coach. Right now, he's working with me to come across less awkward on camera. And, you know, that's not going to happen overnight, but he's really good. He holds me accountable. I'm looking that way. I don't know why. Okay. He holds me accountable. He laughs at my jokes. He role plays with me with clients. I mean, he does really everything that you would want a business coach to do. So I hope you guys heard that part.
Thank you,
also,
Nadine.
come train at the Fitness Joint.
Thank you, Nadine. And like,
okay, thank you.
Any clients that may be wanting a workout online, Zoom or whatever, give Nadine a holler. Otherwise, thank you guys for all joining us. And look out for other episodes. Please like and subscribe. You do what you do, you know, all that stuff. We appreciate it. All right. Thank you.
Bye, Scott.